trying to be calm, guys. Sometimes you guys just, it's hard to chat with you guys because you're not realistic and you're so rude. Some of you guys are all, most of you guys are very lovely, but sometimes some people can get super rude. Why do I address rude people? Because sometimes I feel like rude people need to be told that they are being rude because it's not polite to treat other people in the manner that they are treating them. My breast milk. We control our actions and we control our behavior. We control our words. So I shared the other day that my daughter was in the pediatric ICU. This is going to be an update for her. But I am going to address some rude comments first. Some things are not rude comments. Some were like serious questions, and those are going to be thrown in there as well. I'll just give you the answer to those questions. And yeah, so 1. There was the question of why I didn't call an ambulance as soon as my daughter was sick. Okay. My daughter was fine until overnight Thursday night. Totally fine, totally fine. People, including medical staff, had seen her the day before. Totally fine. No one saw a difference. You will see at some point my Boston Museum of Science video. I'm pretty sure that she is in that video 24 hours before she was admitted here. So, no complaints. I peed more than she did. I drank more than she did. Nothing. Here in the ICU, 2 of the nurses have had their children go into DKA, and they deal with it on a daily basis. It's no joke, guys. It's not something you say, oh, you've missed it for months, unless you've been through it, unless you know somebody with type 1 diabetes. Unless you've been through DKA, you don't know. It can happen to anyone. It can happen to any parent. It can happen to anyone. The way that my daughter, Sweet Pea, who already has diabetes, and this daughter here, 2 totally different situations. Nurses here, what do they say? They present differently all the time. There's not one standard, this, and this is going to be type 1 diabetes. There isn't. So that's that. So she got sick Thursday night. Friday was it Friday? I don't know. Yeah, Friday. So Friday was, no, I'm trying to think days. I can't even remember what today is. Yeah, so Friday morning I was gonna go back to Ronald McDonald House, and my daughter who was there, who is plenty capable, 23 years old, said, Mom, you might not wanna come here because the daughter got sick last night. I said, okay. A couple hours later, she called and she said, I don't know, she's just complaining. She's not throwing up anymore. She had stopped throwing up completely, but she was complaining. I had her on speakerphone. There was a nurse practitioner in the room with me. The nurse practitioner had me ask a bunch of questions, had her talk to my daughter through a bunch of questions. It was thought maybe we should have her lay down for a little bit with some Tylenol and a heating pad. At that point right there, before, when we were just gonna have her lay down and have a heating pad, I started trying to contact my husband, because if this was a virus, I didn't want to give it to Azariah. For those of you who say I just should be dealing with one and not the other, everyone is my family. Everyone is my family. I can't win. I can't win with you guys, because some people are saying, oh, you don't spend enough time with your kids. And then I go to spend time with my kids, bring them to a museum and that type of stuff. And you're like, oh, you're going to give your kids germs because you went to a museum. You went to the grocery store and you're exposing your baby. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. I don't particularly like that word, but that's stupid for you to say that I'm exposing my baby because I've gone to the grocery store. Every nurse that comes in to take care of my son has been to the grocery store. Every nurse that's been in to take care of my son has been exposed in the outside world. You take precautions. You wash your hands. You are careful with, if you think that you're coming down, you're being sick or something like that, you don't go in with him. If you know you're going to be around sick people, you don't be around sick people knowingly. These are all precautions that every nurse in here takes. So why a parent would be irresponsible for taking the same precautions as a nurse is utterly ridiculous. Just think these things through, people. You don't have to be like a rocket scientist. It's common sense. So anyway, on the note of let the nurses take care of my son and take care of the rest of my kids. The nurses here have told me it's because of the way I am with my son that he's doing so well. I am trying to split my time. I have no problem with the way that I'm splitting my time. We're making it work for this little season in our life. And unless you've actually been in the same situation, I don't want to hear it. If you have something negative to say and you have not been in that person's shoes, no matter where it is, what it is in life, you probably shouldn't be making a recommendation. I mean, do normal parents take advice from people who haven't had children yet on how to raise children? That'd be a negative. So, anyhow, I'm gonna bring this downstairs and then I am going to update you a little bit on her condition. As far as calling about an ambulance, for one, I didn't realize that there was a good ambulance service here. Where we live, there isn't. It takes a long time to get an ambulance there, like over an hour sometimes. So until about 10 minutes before my husband arrived, she was fine. She was on the bed, she was having cramps. That was the only sign, is she looked pale and she was having cramps. About 10 minutes before my husband arrived, she was having problems with her legs. When he got there, then they said, how are you doing? Then she said that she felt really weak in her legs. So my daughter checked with my husband to see how far away he was, because then she was thinking, okay, this is really serious. And he was like 10 minutes away. So 10 minutes away, he got there. He would have been there quicker there than an ambulance would have been. He picked her up. They had already set up to have a wheelchair through Ronald McDonald's house. They had one, so they got the wheelchair, got her down. He picked her up into the vehicle, brought her. Literally, by the time they left there, which is on one side of Boston to the other side of Boston, she was unable to talk. She was talking to him on the way down, And when he first got her in the van, by the time she got here, she was unable to talk. It happens fast, guys, and I hope that none of you have to go through it. Or if you have gone through it, it wasn't serious or it wasn't as severe, but if you've been through it, you know. So then a couple of people said not to worry about YouTube, which is understandable. It's not my sole focus. At the same time, it is at this point a little bit of an income for us, and where we are running 2-3 households and raising a bunch of kids, and I'm treating it as an income. I'm trying to work on actually getting my blog going better, so I'm able to have some recipes to collate with some videos that I'm going to be doing eventually. I'm also working on getting some PDF files for different things that I'm doing. To me, I'm looking at it as a business. So it is a business. You still have to, even though, like, say your child's having a really difficult time and you work full time, you still are thinking, oh, well, I need to ensure that that income is able to come into the household. So I guess it's just a little bit of another, like, outlook on the situation. I refuse to live my life for YouTube. I'm not going to make videos just to please other people. I'm just giving, like, real life situation, and hopefully can bless other people by that. I want to tell my story, my experience, to help others to understand what that might look like as well. Back upstairs now, so let's get to it. She's doing a lot better. I can smile adjusting my thing with my cup. It's not actually coffee, it's coconut water. She's doing a lot better. She is up, awake. She went to the actual bathroom this morning, which is lovely. All the things. She's able to talk fully. Her glucose is down. So there's a lot of learning, training type stuff that she needs to learn just about her own body. So we had older people here today to take the training as well. So me and the 3 girls and my 16-year-old all did the training with the endocrinology team. We talked to nutrition and did all that type of training. She still needed some electrolytes through IV today. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, excuse me. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. I'm thinking that we'll be able to go home soon. I'm not quite sure. I do know that I was looking on Amazon trying to get some snacks and that type of stuff that she can have if needed, because hers is gonna look a little bit different than Sweet Pea's as far as obviously weight ratio, carb ratio, all that type of stuff. So I'll probably make a video at some other point to go over that. So plan is once we leave the hospital, I'm going back to Ronald McDonald House with her, and my husband has taken the week off. He is going to go in with Azariah, and I'm just gonna kind of see where she's at. She's already given herself an injection of insulin, and we're just going to try to figure out this whole new diabetes thing. Me and her and the other girls can help her and just figure it out for the week. So whenever we go home, that is the plan. She'll be at Ronald McDonald's house. We're going to work things together. I'll probably come some days to the hospital with Azariah. My husband will be here full time, and we'll work it out like that. We're going to take one day at a time. We have big news about the rest of life in general, but I can't get that to you guys right now. Anyway, I hope y'all have a blessed and lovely day. I think that some people are straight up rude. Some people are curious, don't mind thoughts, things like that. But really, like, if in anything, guys, if you are not actually walking in that person's shoes, just think that person has thoughts, that person has feelings. Anyhow, in all situations, try to put on your best foot. Try to put on your best brain. Hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day.